It will
Whoa,
carry
whoa,
you.
whoa, whoa, whoa. What was that? That's really thrown me. And spoilers, you're going to find out some stuff about the movie. And it's going to be pretty big. It's going to be pretty epic. That just seems very silly. It is here. The second trailer for Gladiator 2 has just dropped, and after the first one got absolutely canned online, I'm keen to see whether they've made any improvements to this one. And since though everything just recently, as of the recording of this video, has dropped about Diddy, and there was a certain artist in the song that they used that may be involved with all that stuff, maybe they're wanting to distance themselves, or hey, maybe this is another example of the sort of Sonic effect where they got so much hatred online that they have come out with a second trailer to see if they can impress the fans. So let's jump into the trailer breakdown and see if it's any better.
Strength and honor.
It is an art.
Choosing gladiators.
They're usually prisoners of war.
I claim this city for the glory of Rome.
You have something in you. Rage. Never let it go. It will
Whoa,
carry
whoa,
you.
whoa, whoa, whoa. Sorry, but what was that? Okay. Having baboons, they appear to be, yeah, right. Having baboons in Colosseums, in gladiatorial fights, sure, that's probably a thing. And I'm sure the guys at VFX Artists React are going to have a field day with this. But my God.
Never let it go.
When it comes to VFX that you see in trailers, sometimes it's not quite finished. I am really hoping that this is an example of not quite finished VFX, because the bald baboon, I mean, yeah, there's a lot of detail in it, but it just looks kind of rubbery, and it's like it's not matching with the scene. Like you can see like the blacks on the baboon in here are not quite matching with the blacks over here in the corner. That sort of shading, like it's too dark in through here, so that looks bad. And like I said, a lot of times when they're putting trailers out, the VFX team has been asked to let's throw these shots in there, and they've had to put them out a little bit before they're done. I'm really hoping that is the case with that. Sorry to interrupt, but that, yeah, that's pretty bad.
You have something in you. Rage. Never let it go. It will carry you to greatness. I own you now. But whose head could I give you to satisfy your fury?
The general will do. Rome has taken everything from me. But I will have my vengeance.
There is plenty of pain waiting for you in the next life. I don't know why you are so greedy for it in this one.
Your Majesties.
This is your gladiator.
It is.
I have the trust of the emperors.
It will clear my path to the throne.
You will be my instrument.
I will never be your instrument in this life or the next.
Lucius, take your father's strength. His name was Maximus, and I see him in you.
Hold up a minute. That's meant to be the son of Maximus?
Lucius, take your father's strength.
I'm just going to have to pause it there because that's really thrown me, right? The kid in the previous film seemed to be around 10 years old, yet now that's apparently Maximus's son in the new film. So let's dive into a bit of history here. In the first film, it was Marcus Aurelius who was the emperor that died during the battle, killed by Commodus, his son, played by Joaquin Phoenix. In this new film, it's Gedda and his brother, Caracalla, obviously pronouncing that wrong. So let's have a look at it. And spoilers, because if you look at the end of the dates, you're going to find out some stuff about the movie. But Marcus Aurelius is here. Lucius, he co-ruled with Marcus at the start. Commodus comes after, whose rule ends in 192 CE. Then you come down here, you've got Caracalla and Gedda. And Gedda here starts his rule in 209. Now, if Marcus Aurelius dies in 180 and Maximus's child he looked to be about like 8 to 10 years old. Let's just go 10 for easy maths. And then Gedda isn't in power until 209. That means that old mate in this second movie has to be 39 at the time here, because Gedda's in power. And let's be honest, it's going to be moving towards the end of his time. So he's like 39, 40. Now, does this guy look 39, 40 years old? I mean, I'm an old looking 37. He looks nowhere near my age. Unless the Romans just ate extremely well back then. But having him as the son of Maximus, okay, that's thrown me a little bit. Let's continue with the trailer.
Ever be your instrument in this life or the next.
Lucius, take your father's strength. His name was Maximus, and I see him in you.
Most fighters won't survive.
You must help him.
Strength among us! I don't fight for power. I fight the free road for men like them.
Your name will be forgotten!
To restore order, I must have power.
Everything is forgotten in time. Empires fall, so do emperors.
This is war! Real war!
The odds are against you.
The odds are always against me.
Ready to round!
Not bad. So compared to the first one, right, that is chalk and cheese. Like, the music choice, phenomenal, really, really nice. They still do go into that thing of just showing a little bit too much of what the story is throughout. You know, they've shortened that fight scene between Pedro and Paul. But as I spoke about in my last trailer breakdown, one of the really interesting things that is about this time period that people that know history are going to know about this is what's going to occur. And it's going to be pretty big. It's going to be pretty epic. They gave a little bit too much of that away, I think, in this trailer, with Denzel's character having a few choice words to say. They could have probably only left it to just like one of those sentences and still understood what his motivations were. But I would have rather had that sort of revealed at the film, so that becomes more of a shock to the regular audience. And some things that I just find weird, they're obviously part in the movie, but things like the scene at the very end where he's jumping off the boat and landing onto the other guy. Why is he just jumping? Why aren't they stabbing? Why, like, that's just one of those weird Hollywood choices of like, he's tackling two guys down who are clearly holding swords. They could just stab him, right? Like, that just seems very silly. All in all, this one has given me much better sense of excitement and fits the vibe of the Gladiator world much better than the previous one for sure. A few things that they did do again when you're looking through comments on YouTube, which really does stand out. Again, one comment here: nothing on earth is dumber than a trailer that has a trailer at the beginning. Paramount, so generous, put a whole plot into the trailer. We got to stop this just giving away everything. Like, there's so much in there. I want to see how it unfolds, but I basically know the whole story especially being someone who follows history quite closely. As a comment here, this trailer was probably 100 times better than the last one, which, yeah, I agree. If they had put this trailer out as the first trailer, I don't think they would have had such a negative reaction. It would have been more just hype than it was. You know, the last one had such negative reaction over the song choice that it's then tarnished the brand of this second movie. So if they had put this one out first, would have been a much better choice. They evidently heard our complaints about the rap music from the first trailer. There you go. Maybe that is a case of that sort of Sonic thing. If they just got so canned online, so much hatred online, that they went, oh, we need to get our second trailer here that gets people along, because there was so many fan trailers made, including my own, which you can go check out on my page. Subscribe, you know, hit the bell notification, all that sort of stuff to get more of this sort of content. One of the comments here, are these PS2 graphics? Nice. Yeah, those graphics, I would bet that when they actually get to the movie, they're going to be a lot better. And who knows, in the cinema experience, it might be like fine. But if they don't fix that baboon, yeah, that was quite bad. I mean, for understanding that there is no Colosseum, there's so many graphic shots that are going into this. So to pick on that one shot, a little bit unfair for the VFX team, but that was pretty horrendous. So hopefully they can fix that up. One of the comments here, which I'll leave up on screen as I discuss it, is, yeah, they're talking about like it should be, it just looks like a whole bunch of set pieces, CGI, all that sort of stuff, right? The thing that I get by watching this trailer again, like I noticed in the first trailer, is it seems like a recycled piece of the old story. Like they have the scene where he's getting in a big battle. They have the scene where he's then a captured prisoner and he's got the black friend with him in the training camp. They got the scene where they then need to survive all together while they're watching them in the training camp. At the scene where they're coming up the stairs, it just seems like they're hitting so many of the same beats. And like I said in the last review of the first trailer, I really, knowing the history that happens at this time and what is going to unfold, I hope that what I'm seeing in this trailer is practically within the first 20 minutes, and then it goes into the sort of craziness that unfolds at this point in history. But judging from the trailer, it does just seem like those same set pieces, but just kind of bigger stakes, bigger things. You know, they got water in the Colosseum and stuff like that, right? Lifting the stakes with what they can do with CGI, because, well, they can do better with CGI now. If they could have, they probably would have put ships and stuff in the first movie, but it would have looked very dodgy for the technology back then. And one of the top comments here is, so glad these studios let me know when the trailer starts. Once I click on the thumbnail, I'm just lost as to what happens next. And again, so right, you just don't need to be jamming in that the trailer starts now. Start the trailer. Put those epic shots in. We know it's going to start. We know it's the trailer. We know it's not the movie. So let's watch it. Let's skip these stupid trailer start now things. And one here which is kind of interesting, it says, how is Lucius quoting Maximus so much when he wasn't around to hear any of the lines they're recycling? A little bit of debate going on about that, but yeah, right. As a kid, was he in the whole place? Was he watching his father in the gladiatorial matches? Did people just start spreading that and knowing that that's a line? I don't know, maybe he's read it somewhere, maybe that'll explain it in the movie. But yeah, all in all, this trailer is 100 times better. It really is. And now one person has said here that, you know, when Ridley Scott creates a film, the gods flip a coin. I'm going in with Ridley Scott. He creates amazing films. Sometimes the story might be lacking, but they're spectacle films for sure. I'm excited to go check this one out at the theatre, and I'm just hoping that there's going to be enough of a difference that I walk out of the theatre just understanding that it was a different movie, that it wasn't the exact same movie. I mean, some of the shots, even in this trailer, are almost like just shot for shot remake of the first one. So I'm really hoping there's just a lot in there that makes it different enough that it's worth going to check out. And look, with some of the visuals that you do see in the trailer, it's going to be epic, it's going to be noisy, it's going to be loud. You're going to probably have your seat rocked while you're in the theatre from all the big explosions, set pieces and battles and things going on. So no doubt it's going to be pretty cool, pretty epic. So yeah, excited to see what it's all about.